So, one of the best feelings in the world is making progress at things you're interested in. Remember the first time you start lifting weights, you feel the pain, but you get stronger over time and you get results. Same with self improvement. You read books, you meditate, and you journal. It all feels amazing. But here's the thing, you feel like you're making progress, you start every single habit. You make progress in fitness as well as self improvement, but deep down, you realize you haven't changed your life. You realize that all of these things are good, but you're not that person you want to be. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to escape it. Please don't just end up in a loop where all of you're focusing on is self-improvement. See, the problem is not the content you consume. The problem is you don't take the action. You think you're getting better and making progress, but in real life, you are nobody. You achieve nothing. You're just addicted to progress that feel good but doesn't really change your life. And if that sounds like you, I want you to take this video seriously. I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen and go lock yourself in a room and take some notes. Because I don't want you to watch another content on YouTube to make you feel good and motivated to do the work. I want to tell you the truth that you achieve nothing in life. That's why you have to change. Now, let's dive in. Let's talk about why self-improvement is actually holding you back. The problem with self-improvement is that you don't really make changes in your life. You're just thinking all about yourself. The truth is, there are some variables you need to change your life. Either you start developing your skills in the attention economy by start learning about content creation, or you build the fundamental skills of sales and marketing, and then you can start a business. Self-improvement is selfish. You just focus on yourself, but in real life, you have to think how you can help your people, and this is how you actually make progress. In my first 2 years of self-improvement, I've read 20 books, meditated daily, and go to the gym every single day. Did my life get better? Actually, no. But once I started developing real skills outside self-improvement, this is when I actually make progress. I don't just feel like I'm making progress by reading books every single day. I don't just feel like I'm getting bigger at the gym, but I actually see real-life results in my business. I help people to develop their focus and productivity through my program. I get views on YouTube through posting content about focus and productivity. These metrics are things I can measure, not just feeling good like making progress in self-improvement. This is why if you're currently at self-improvement, it is time to move on. Not to give up self-improvement entirely, but you can do better than just self-improvement. Start learning about content creation 2 hours a day and posting 2 long-form content pieces per week. Start offering your expertise, whether in fitness, productivity, or relationships, to help people you actually care about. By doing this, you shift from someone focusing on the selfish goals to selfless goals. You now focus on the bigger picture. You're not thinking about how you can win, but how you can help people so that all of you can win. When I started posting content about focus and productivity, I took myself to the next level. I was just a random guy who make money online through Instagram by selling promotions, to then teach people why focus and productivity are fundamentals to their life. Because I learned for years and I realized that focus and productivity are the key fundamentals to make progress in everything you are focusing on. Now it's time for me to teach to other people. This is when I saw a huge spike in my happiness, in my work ethic, and discipline. I don't rely on just self-improvement to make me feel motivated every single day. I rely on my purpose to help people to be more focused and productive. And this is why the next principle is so important, because I firmly believe action is what truly matters, whatever you do in your life. So now let's move on to the next principle on why action beats motivation every time. We've been there. I'm motivated, lazy, don't want to do the work. We rely solely on motivation, whether it's our brain to tell to watch another YouTube content about productivity and you can start doing the work afterward. The problem with this productivity or motivation content is that you're not gonna find it every time. I mean, do you think out of 30 days in a month, you get motivated each time? Or is it just a couple of days when you feel like, yes, I'm gonna cross it, I'm gonna do the work. And after that, you come back to your old habits, scrolling content on social media, laying down in your bed. This is why I believe if you want to take motivation to the next level, you have to not think about motivation at all. Well, I'm not motivated to talk to this camera and telling you what you need to do. I'm not motivated to wake up early so that I can hit the gym and do the deep work afterward. What I truly care is action, because action is what I can measure every single day. But I can measure how much effort and time I put in today. This is why I firmly believe that whatever your state of feeling at the moment, whether you are motivated or not, you have to prioritize action every single time. Do a 2-hour deep work session whenever you feel lazy, tired, or unmotivated to do the work. Hit that 45-minute workout when you feel exhausted after a long hour of work. So, this is the truth about progress. As long as you push through resistance with consistent action, you've already done it. I'm not saying you should just do disciplined routine every single day. That's actually won't make you progress, but try to level up the difficulty, so whenever you feel the resistance not to do it, you actually push through resistance and actually done the work. Because doing something when you feel excited and motivated is easy. Working on your project where you have 100% of focus is easy. Hitting the gym when you feel energized and you feel pissed off about your life is easy. But it's not easy when you don't want to do it. It's not easy to push through resistance when you can take a rest instead. That's why motivation is no longer your source of energy. It's actually your purpose and feeling discomfort at your current life. I believe 99% of people want to live better life, but they prefer lock themselves in a comfort zone, thinking that by just sharpening the sword, they will win the battle. So I want to tell you this analogy of sharpening the sword. Just imagine you are a warrior. You're training every day. You are so disciplined. You haven't missed your morning routines. You wake up at 5 a.m., you go training, and afterward you learn about war strategies. All you do every day is wake up, training, eat, and strategize. You don't waste your time hanging out with other warriors, but you keep leveling up your physical and mental strength. Then you realize you're not going to war. But there are thousands of warriors out there fighting for their lives. Because you're just focusing on leveling up your physical and mental strength, you have the excuse not to go out there to fight for your people. You're just sharpening your sword every single day and you're thinking you're making progress, but actually you don't use it for the real trials. This is the same thing with your life. You think that by just reading business books, listening to business podcasts, or even YouTube video about focus and productivity, you will make progress in your life. You'll become a millionaire one day. You don't use that in your life. You're just sharpening a sword. It's a waste of energy, time, and potential. Now, here's the opposite of that. Go out there, talk to people, and learn how to influence, sell your ideas, and make them love you. Start making content on social media, learn how human psychology works, and how you can make an impact by saying the right words. This is actually using your sword in a battle, going out there fight for your people and your kingdom. You develop your skill by doing it, not just learning it. You see, 99% of people don't take action because they think they need to know everything before they even start. But the 1% know, learn by doing. They gain experience and they learn the lessons faster on their journey rather than being a spectator in a war. You don't want to be the part of 99% of people who are just sharpening their sword. You want to use that sword to fight for your people and win the battle, to make an impact on society with the mindset of a student. You learn by practicing it, not just by watching people do it. Now you know what you need to do. You go out there, fight your war. Even if your sword is not sharp enough, you actually use it. You don't lose the potential. Don't be like the 99% of people who set small achievable goals because they are so insecure about successful people. This is why I came across the concept from the book, The Magic of Thinking Big. So now, let's talk about why big goals are actually achievable than the small ones. I want you to imagine the goals you want to achieve when you were 4-year-old. Whether it was having a big mansion, 4 different supercars, or even marrying a beautiful woman, a concept from the magic of thinking big tells you you can actually achieve it. So let me give you a real example. I went to a new gym and spotted this woman with an aesthetic physique. I knew exactly what was going on. Most of the guys in that gym didn't have the balls to even talk to her. So what I did, I took the risk. I walked up to her and I asked, "What are you doing?" So she was basically doing the face pull movement, and I randomly gave her a tip about that movement. Weeks later, we were super close, and now I train her at the gym. I used to think I'm too skinny, I'm not big enough, and I don't deserve this type of women. But having confidence and thinking big help me to make it happen. This is just one of example of why big goals are actually achievable. Let's talk about choosing between a career or entrepreneurship. Most people think that starting a business is risky. Starting a business, you need a capital, and having a career is a good stability and secured. But if you think critically, how many people want to start a business versus how many go for the career path? Exactly. Most of them choose the safe path. That's why even the entry level job is hard to get rather than just making content on social media and make money from it. But here's the catch, you won't get the same results with entrepreneurship unless you're willing to sacrifice, because big goals require big sacrifices. You won't magically make money online by doing nothing. You've got to develop your real skills and solve problems in society. But in 9 to 5 shop, you need money in the first month even if you don't have the real skills. So here's what you need to do. Set big goals. Become a successful 7-figure entrepreneur in the next 10 years instead of climbing the corporate ladder just to find stability. Live in the best city in the world where people spend $10,000 per month on living instead of staying cheap in a third world country just to survive. Actually, this is my goals. I'm not saying you should waste your money on things you don't care about, but let's be real. We're talking about how to get into the tier 1 of society, where all successful people gather in one place. Whether it's moving to a big city, building your business, and suffering for the first 5 years, it's worth it even it's not guaranteed. Because this is my philosophy. It's better to have a chance to achieve greatness in life than to be guaranteed an average life. I know it is hard to hear the things you don't want to hear. At first, you think like you've done nothing in your life and all of this is meaningless. But that's exactly the moment you need to move. Not just sit there doing nothing and accept the life that you're currently in. You work on yourself every single day. You put in the work even when no one is watching. But when opportunities come, and it will come, you will be ready to take it. Everyone gets an opportunity, but only a few know how to take it. And this is your last call. I want you to make it happen. Don't waste another potential. Don't blame other people. Blame yourself. Accept that you've been a loser and come back stronger. So next time the marathon begins, you just don't run. You will win the first place. So it doesn't matter if you watch this video and after that, you move on with your life. If you don't take action, you're basically wasting your time, energy, and potential. You already know the truth, but you're scared to make the change. You are too scared to leave your comfort zone. And deep down, you know, it's hard to accept that, to shift your mindset, to build a strategy and follow through. But here's the thing, you don't need another answer. You already have it. So if you're serious about taking this to the next level, consider working one-on-one with me. This is exactly how my 2 students in the past transformed their life forever through my 7 framework of focus and productivity. So click the first link in the description below. And don't forget to grab my free book, link in the description below, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.